Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year. Did you guys partake in the vendor discount yesterday? I did, and I think I found some pretty cool stuff. I did purchase and gamble many circlets. I did some other things, some rings, some amulets, a few assassin weapons as well. I'm not going to show those, but I'll just show the circlets that I think are the best ones that I found. I kept a lot more, actually. I have a couple mules full of circlets and stuff now. But I kept them, some of them for really niche purposes, some off-meta purposes, you know. Some that I'm hoping will get 2 sockets at Larzik type thing. But I will show what I have here. I thought it would be fun to show my vendor haul. So I was able to take advantage of that vendor discount. I put on my edge bow and my Geeds, you know, so we had a massive discount. I used my level 93 Nova Sorceress, Nova Scotia, and you've seen this character before. She uses the Spirit Wolves from the Crescent Moon. First off the bat, let's just show the circlet that she's using. If you saw the showcase video of this, you'll have seen this. However, I did socket this eventually and put a jewel in it, so check this baby out. Okay. Look at this. The Dread Circlet. I almost want to create a character named Dread or Circlet so that it's called the Dread's Dread Circlet or the Circlet's Dread Circlet. But anyway, look at this thing. 2 to Sorceress skill levels, 30% faster run walk, 20% faster cast rate, 7 to strength, 8 to energy, mana based on character level, all res 15 and 3 to mana after each kill. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. That is one of the best ones I've ever found by far. And that wasn't even from this haul. But so anyway, we'll start with that one. Real strong right there. Now here's the ones that I kept from yesterday's gambling event, vendor event, which was really fun. So here we go. First, right off the bat, we've got a powered coronet of the Magus. It's a blue item, 3 to lightning skills, 20% faster cast. If this gets 2 sockets at Larzik and you can put in 2 perfect lightning facets, you have something that is very comparable to Griffin's Eye. It's probably the second best item that you could possibly get. So this really needs 2 sockets at Larzik for it to be absolutely godly. But there it is. The next one we have is a really interesting one, Witch Hunter's Circlet of Life Everlasting. This rolled 2 to assassin skill levels with damage reduced by 25. I was just like, well, that's a really high roll on the damage reduction. So if that got 2 sockets at Larzik, right? Maybe this could be excellent for some kind of PvP thing, or even PvM if you just want a little bit tankier assassin class, right? Moving on here, I found this here, this rare circlet, the Viper Circlet. This is 2 to Amazon skill levels, 20% faster cast, 8 to minimum damage, 18 to strength, cold resist 39, and 4 to mana after each kill. This thing is awesome. That is an freaking excellent Amazon circlet. Look at that again. You basically have everything you need on this for like an ice type maiden, you know, so because you're covered in the resistances. If you socket for the cold resist, if you're going to use a Sunder Charm, if you socketed this with like a Cham rune, then you could get your Cannot Be Frozen and a bunch of cold res all in one go. The mana after each kill is so useful on Amazons. They do tend to be mana hungry. The 18 strength obviously is desirable. The 8 to minimum damage is, you know, that's kind of nice too. Just more damage does help you leech more. The 2 to skills, 20% faster cast. I mean, this is a pretty decent rare circlet that I found for Zons. Okay, next, moving on. Here's an interesting one. Chromatic Coronet of Performance. This rolled perfect on the minimum damage, so 13 to minimum damage and 24 all res. In my mind, I was just thinking, you know, if you get 2 sockets at Larzik and you really wanted to pump up the min or max damage on this with some nice jewels, it would be pretty good to just have the all res as well. That could work on any type of melee character or Boazon or something. It might not be as desirable as something that has like run walk or something like that, or a circlet that's really nice that has 2 sockets. That's rare, all that. But if you get 2 sockets at Larzik with this, you could get a big bump to your min and max damage, depending on how you jewel it up, and get a decent all-res coverage. So I kept that one. Okay, here's one. Kenshi's Cornet of the Whale. Look at 3 to martial arts, 99 to life. It almost rolled a perfect 100 to life. I found a bunch of these, like 2 to 3 skill whale circlets, but this is the one that rolled closest to perfect, so I thought I'd show it off. Okay. Moving on. And I do have a couple of my best ones kind of shown like that are at the bottom of this list, so we'll get there. Okay, here's the next one, the Armageddon Horn Circlet. This one is pretty decent. 2 to Amazon skill levels, 20% faster cast, adds 1 to 120 lightning damage, adds 7 to 23 cold damage, and 6% mana stolen per hit. Another great option for teleporting Boazon of some kind. The little bits of elemental damage can add up if you're strafing. It can diversify the damage a little bit if you're trying to build those up in another way, perhaps. Maybe you're using the Wrath Bow that has lightning and magic damage on it, so you could get more lightning damage on this. Plus, you get the cold damage for the chilling effect, and you can get your mana back from the mana steal. Not bad, right? Okay, moving on, Havoc Mask Cornet. This one is a druid, 2 to druid skills, 20% faster cast with mana steal, 20 to dexterity, and then it has 17 cold, 17 fire, 17 poison resist with 32 lightning. Thought that was decent, so I kept it. Skullhood Coronet. Here's the next one. This one's interesting to me. It doesn't look that amazing at first glance, but I was thinking like maybe melee or bow sorceress with using enchant, because it has 2 to fire skills, 10% faster run walk, but then it has 7 mana steal, 8 life steal, and 41 mana. So I was like, you could get dual leech coverage on this with some skills and some mana. It might not be bad for a bow sorceress, using the demon machine, or even like a passion wielding melee sorceress. So I know there's some other options there, but that you might use instead, but I didn't think it was that bad of an option, and I thought maybe it would fit in at some point, so I kept it. Okay, this one's cool too. Shadow Coronet of Teleportation. 3 to Shadow Disciplines, level 2 teleport. Once again, really would need 2 sockets at Larzik, but you could get your teleport covered here. Maybe you could not have to use Enigma, Anyway, just thought it was cool that it had teleport and it rolled perfect on the Shadow Disciplines. Okay, moving on. Nothing too crazy here, but it's a 220 all-res 8 sorceress circlet. So we got 2 sorcerer skills, 20% faster cast, 8 all-res. It's just a little baby one. Little baby 220, but I kept it because it was 220. Okay, next we have the Dire Crest Circlet. This is assassin skill levels, so 2 to assassin skills, 20% faster cast, 6 to 8 damage, and lightning resist 21. Another 220, so I kept it. Here's another 220, 2 to druid skills, 20% faster cast, 6% life stolen with replenished life, plus 10. Not the best one, but I was kind of like, maybe I have a character that just needs the faster cast, and the replenished life could just be a nice little add-on there for a druid. I'm not sure, but I kept it because of that. This one is interesting to me as well. Communal Coronet of Life Everlasting. So this one, it's 3 to shape-shifting skills with damage reduced by 15. Now I have an amulet that's 3 to shape-shifting skills, damage reduced by 21. So when I found this, I was like, oh, I know I have that amulet that would pair really nicely with this on a shape-shifting druid of some kind. So that's why I kept it. Once again, it's blue, so it could get 2 sockets at Larzik. And, whether or not it gets 2 will make or break the item pretty much. Same thing here. Guardian's Coronet of Life Everlasting. I kept this one because it rolled 3 to defensive auras for Paladin and damage reduced by 21. So this one I was just thinking, there is a type of Immortal Paladin or Cleric Paladin, Priest Paladin type build where you can buff defensive auras to get your cleansing aura up, your prayer up, your regeneration, your mana. And, with the damage reduction, it's perfect to having like life regen going at all times. So this might be the best in slot item if it gets 2 sockets for that type of build. Okay, moving on here, we got another okay Circlet for Sorceress. It's 2 to lightning, 20% faster run walk, 10% faster cast, 16 life, 14 all res. Not too bad, you know, so I kept it. Not as good as the one I have on, obviously, but it's not bad. So it's like, yeah, I'm not probably going to use this, obviously, because I have better, but maybe I could trade it or something, but who knows? Maybe because of the event, nobody needs a dang Circlet anywhere. So here we go. I got the next one here is 2 to Necromancer, 20% faster cast, 8 to 26 cold damage, 18 strength, 15 fire res, and 16 magic find. This one's really nice because you get the fire res and the magic find on it. The strength is nice for, you know, essentially putting more points into life or whatever. Another 220. So I kept that too. I mean, it's good. It's pretty good. It's got everything you pretty much want on a Necromancer helmet, you know, so I kept that. Here we go. This one was kind of interesting to me just because of the way it rolls off the tongue. This is the Skullhorn Coronet, and it's for Paladin. Look at. So it's a 220, 22, 92. So you got 2 to Paladin skill levels, 20% faster run walk, 20% faster cast, 2 to minimum damage, and 92% enhanced defense. So basically a 220-20. Okay, you know. Here's another 220. We got the Demon Cow Circlet for Druid. 2 to Druid skills, 20% faster cast. I got 5 energy. And all res 11. Not bad. You know, I kept it. So let me show the best 2. Now here's the best 2 that I think I found. All right. The Soul Veil Tiara. So it's only 1 to elemental skills for a druid, but 30% faster run walk, 24 to attack rating, 16 to dexterity, damage reduced by 6 and 2 sockets. Okay, this is something that I'm going to be utilizing on an off-meta build. Stay tuned. All right. So this to me looked great, and I was like, yes, I can use that. All right. The next one is the best one. This is absolutely the best circlet I found in the entire thing. Here it is. 2 to Paladin skill levels, 30% faster run walk, 3% life stolen per hit, all resistances plus 18, damage reduced by 2 sockets. Beautiful. This is an excellent Paladin circlet. Can easily be best in slot for many, many Paladin builds. Okay? Loved it. If you're doing more melee, you go damage of some kind. If you need res, which Paladins rarely do, but you could do facets, attack speed. I mean, there's just so many things that you could toss in this. If you need mana per kill, you know, whatever. So I love how versatile this could be. The run walk is always nice too. So anyway, you could put more damage reduction in it, more life. You could go crazy with like high runes for like burr runes or something in it for more life and all that. Anyway, you could increase your maximum res, right? There's Vex runes and Gull runes and stuff you could put in this. So this is nice. Okay, the last 4 I want to show are ones that I kept due to their utility for mercenaries. So here's the first one. Check this one out. 1 to Amazon skill levels, 106 to attack rating, 65% extra gold for monsters, 25% better chance of getting magic items. I thought not a bad option for an Act 1 rogue mercenary if you're trying to buff gold and magic find on your build, right? Anything that she kills will get those buffs, you know, for their drops. I thought that was kind of decent. Put 1 socket in this and maybe a topaz for even more magic find. Cool, right? Here's another one that I thought would be great for an Act 5 mercenary. 2 to barbarian skill levels, 30% faster run walk, 4% life stolen per hit, and magic damage reduced by 3. Hey, get his run walk going for an Act 5 frenzy mercenary, you know? And he gets a little life steal with it. He gets 2 skills to buff up some of his skills. I thought that was pretty decent. Here's another one here that I thought was good for Act 5 mercenary as well. It's 1 to barbarian skills, perfect roll on lifesteal, 8%. The 18 energy is kind of, you know, nothing for him, but it did roll magic find, 22%, and it did come with a socket already. So I was just like, yeah, maybe you toss in a attack speed jewel, maybe you toss in a lem rune for gold find, maybe you toss in topaz just for more magic find. So maybe you just like magic finding and you want to buff that up a bunch. not a bad option, just because you can get some lifesteal on there too, you know, for Act 5 Mercenary. So I kept that one. And my favorite one for a Mercenary is this one that I found. So this one to me is really nice. It's got 5% chance to cast level 3 Frost Nova when struck. Nice little utility in that. Adds 1 to 103 lightning damage. 8% life stolen per hit. It does have fire resist 40 on it, 40%, and then damage reduced by 3. So in my mind, this is really good for like a Holy Freeze infinity wielding Act 2 Mercenary. Because that lightning damage gets buffed by him wielding the infinity, right? So the infinity that he's got has negative enemy resistance, and of course it's got the conviction aura. So that lightning damage on this will get buffed by that. He does get the 8% life stolen, which is a max roll on this circlet. Fire resist is 40, so he'll probably be overclocked on fire res, which is cool. The damage reduction by 3, you know, that can add up if you build that up a little bit as well. And then, you know, if you have a Holy Freeze, you're slowing them already. If he gets hit, the Frost Nova will go out, slow them a little bit more. Because their resistances are going to be reduced by Conviction, they'll stay chilled a little longer even. So to me, I thought this was a really cool option for an Act 2 Holy Freeze Mercenary. I think if with a socket, there's a lot of options. You could buff the lightning damage. Like, you know those jewels you find once in a while where it's like 1 to 94 or 1 to 100 lightning damage on it? And you're like, why would I put this in here instead of a facet? Like, you know, maybe you just have one of those lying around and you've just kept it because it was like a high roll. Just toss it in here. Like if it's like 97, you could have 2 to 200 lightning damage on this helmet, which would be kind of cool, you know? So, that's just kind of what I was thinking with this one. I just liked it. I just liked that it had like some max rolls for things like the fire res and the life steal. Thought that was pretty cool. I love the utility of the Frost Nova going off every once in a while too, because the Act 2 Mercenary is going to get hit a lot, you know. So anyway, those are the ones I kept, you know, for that I thought were like the best ones. I did keep some other stuff as well over here. And I think I can show those off in another video. How about that? Yeah, because these ones are a little bit more like niche for some of these, you know. And so I guess I'll show those off in another video, you know. But anyway, yeah, what did you guys get? Did you guys have anything that was worth keeping? You know, did you find anything really crazy in the vendor discount? Yeah, let me know in the comments. And check out my off-meta builds and go back in the channel and see what else I got on there. The pure fire mage necromancer is doing very well. It got a ton of views, you know, in a short amount of time. Got a bunch more people to subscribe. That was really cool. You can join the channel if you want. It's the cheapest option for D2R content creators, 99 cents. That's it. A month. 99 cents, dude. So anyway, thanks for checking the video out, and I will be talking, and you will be seeing me. I can't see you because I'm recording the video, and it doesn't pierce the veil of... You know how it works. All right, okay, you get it. Bye.